What's going on? Making another video. Um, Went and got my tags for the Jeep. Got it done. It's good to go. Um, I was in a decent mood. I was sore, and we all know that when you're sore, you kind of get irritated easily and whatnot. But I was trying to stay positive today. I really was. Went to get the tags. The girl at the office was real. Just, I mean, she didn't have a personality. And then when she was asking questions, I was answering the questions. And then she was like, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And I told her to explain things to her and everything. And she goes, well, that's what I said. I needed an address. And I was like, that's not what you said. What you said was, what's the address that the vehicles are going to be at? Not, where do I want this title sent? And then she wanted to be like, no, I said, where do you want the title sent? I just dropped my head. Because I needed the tag. I wasn't going to go in there and get the tag and then get pissed off because somebody wanted to be a bitch and then not be able to get my tag. So I just bit my tongue, went over. I was angry, irritated, upset. They had a tattoo parlor there, and they did his tattoos and piercings, and I was irritated. So I went over there and I got my nose done. A little bit of the pain, a little bit of tear helped me. It helped me forget that woman was such a bitch. I just was able to laugh from there. And then I get a phone call at 12:05 from a nurse to set up pre-questioning prior to going and meeting the doctor for the first time, which I'm not going and meeting in person, which I'm not going and meeting in person, doing it over the phone. So I'm irritated that I'm answering all these questions that I've already filled out and sent in. I'm answering them all again, asking me personal questions. Now I understand that's what a doctor's supposed to do, but I'm a disabled veteran. Let's focus on the veteran part of the military. Army, been overseas multiple times. Do I ever think about hurting anybody? I am human. We all think about it at one point in time in our life. We all think about it. So I told them, I said, it's none of your business. They asked me if I ever thought about killing myself. None of your business. Do you have a plan or ever had a plan? None of your business. Then ask all these other questions. I let them know about my PTSD. I let them know about my paranoia. I let them know about my depression. Let them know that I'm starting to have hallucinations. I see things in shadows. But so I answer all these questions. And then the doc calls me at 12:30. Asking me the same questions. And I'm starting to get irritated again. Flexing my nose, feeling the pain. And just keeps asking me the same questions, And I finally said, I don't understand. I said, why have a nurse call me and ask me all these questions for you to turn around and ask me the same questions all again? I don't get that. And then her response was, well, evidently she didn't write all of it down. Not my problem. but I'm still getting irritated that I'm being asked the same questions again. So I'm answering them, and it's like she's not even listening to me, because 5 minutes into the conversation, she's like, blah, 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 asking the same questions again. Starting to get irritated. And I'm trying to emphasize to let her know what she's saying is wrong. What I don't understand is you're asking the same questions again that have already been asked by you, that was asked by the nurses. I'm not understanding. And then she's like, sir, don't yell at me. And I was like, I'm not yelling. I'm just letting you know what you're saying is wrong, and I'm not appreciative of you putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. And I said, and then on top of that, I said, you're being pretty rude. I don't understand. And she's like, well, hold on, let's start this over. So we started it over. And then she wants to throw her husband out there with his problems. What's your husband got to do with me? We're not here seeing him. We're here to see me. Well, then that pissed her off. Sir, you don't need to be talking to me like that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, I'm really not understanding why the VA hires nurses and doctors for a VA to help veterans if they're going to get offended so easily. I know there's some nice veterans out there. I know there's some old coots out there that love to just go in and shoot the shit because they ain't got nothing else to do. I'm not one of those. I don't like people, especially in crowds. I get very, very uneasy. I start to shake. I get twitches. I struggle. I don't want to make people smile when I'm trying to get help and they want to talk about other things. I'm not there for a social visit. I'm not there to be friends with you. I'm not there for you to talk to me about your personal problems. I'm there for me, my medical needs, and that's it. Nothing else. If you want to have a good conversation, talk to somebody else. When I have to go to the VA, I switch like that. I'm okay until I get there, and then once I get there, I can't. It's like something about me switches, and it's like, okay, I think it's because I have to go in and deal with people. When I go in and deal with people, I have to leave the comfort of my home to come down and be seen by you. But before I see you, I have to see your secretaries who are sitting there feeding their face, talking on the phone, putting them on hold, and then talking to you and chewing in between their words while talking to you. Go home and eat. Go somewhere else and eat. Don't be so disrespectful and chewing and talking to me. That's gross. And then I gotta go in, and then the doctor, the nurse wants to be all blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And then, because I don't say it or whatever the way they want to hear it, they want to get an attitude with me. Your visit's over. You can leave. You asked me, and I told you I didn't want to be here. I'm not in a good mood. I'm doing what I need to do. And because you didn't like my answer, you're going to tell me to leave. I'm not being rude to you. So I just said, I want a phone call, video call, something to do my appointments. I said, because I'm very uneasy in person. Very uneasy. Thought I had that, but I didn't. The lady just wanted to tell me I was rude. because I didn't care about her personal life, because I didn't want her to continue to put words in my mouth that I didn't say, and because I was tired of repeating over and over again for her to not listen. So now I got to make phone calls, new appointments with a new PCP, because this lady was too offended. Oh, I'm not offended. I'm not offended at all. Ma'am, you're rude. I want somebody that's not going to be near as rude as you, that's going to have a little bit more respect. She had the audacity to say, well, if you think you can find someone more nice than me, more power to you. So I respond with, so you're better than everybody else? That's not what I said. I said, you just said if I can find somebody nicer and more respectful than you, better luck, or good luck to me. That's saying that you're saying you're better than everybody else. Nobody's as nice as you. And I told her, I said, I'll be sure to let the new PCP know that you're the nicest individual in here and nobody else is. Oh, well, sir, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. You said that nobody's as nice as you. Or if I can find somebody nicer than you, more power to me. Those were your words. Got real nice after I told them that I was going to let people know at the place of business where she works. That's not okay. I'm a disabled, disgruntled veteran. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here for my medical. But then it comes to my YouTube page. I can talk to you guys. I think it's because I can talk to you and I'm not getting that reflex of, well, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people don't want that. A lot of people, when they're not feeling good, or a lot of people, when they don't want to deal with something, they don't want to deal with it. So they're not going to be in great moods. They're just going to be there to do what needs to be done and to move on. So it's kind of where I'm at. A little irritated and upset. I don't get it. Maybe some of you all can fill me in and let me know. Tell me where I screwed up. All I want is just my medical and to move on. I don't want to deal with the VA any more than I have to. The VA is not a fun place. And the bad thing about it is, this is a satellite clinic, not an actual VA. It's just a satellite clinic. So that might be a big part of the problem. I don't know. But that's my little rant. Appreciate you listening. Not going to do any more today. Just going to save it all up and I'll wait for tomorrow and we'll see what tomorrow brings. So y'all have a good day and I will talk to you tomorrow morning.